husband Burton here in the crowd. Wonderful sports supporters, of course, and wonderful anticipation around the stadium. A packed house, a sellout for this afternoon's National Basketball League final. Well, let's now hear from the respective coaches this afternoon ahead of this game. And first up, Bob Montai caught up with Jeff Green, coach of the Waikato Titans, and asked what was today's game plan.
We're not going to change anything. We'll keep it nice and quick. You know, we'll try and run, get out on the break, make easy layups off our defence, and see whether Nelson can respond to that. And hopefully they won't get us into their game plan, which will be take the ball, you know, as slow as possible and try and slow us down.
Okay, and one other question. Are you going to leave the press off as long as you did last week in the semi-finals against the Rams? Yeah,
we will, because I think it worked for us last week against the Rams, and that, you know, they tired very quickly once we put the press on. So I don't think you'll see it as late as against the Rams, but you know, everyone in New Zealand basketball knows we're going to press.
And from a coach's point of view, what are the key matchups today?
I think the key matchup for us is we've got to try and stop Ed Book. You know, he's the one genuine big man in this country that has a jumper other than Ricky Struther. Ricky's ankles, you know, holding up in warm-up at the moment. So as long as we can combat Ed Book, I think we'll be in with a shot.
Well, the Titans starting five is absolutely a coach's nightmare. You've got Krishna, Liafa, Boucher, Ricky Struther starting probably his last game in the NBL, and this is the waves of quit shooters. The charge of the Light Brigade on the bench. Look for players like Cameron to come in. Smith, Lepeau, McRae. In fact, everybody can contribute for the Titans. We caught up with the Nelson coach, Nenad Vucinic, and tried to get him to commit himself to how they were going to withstand the defensive intensity of the Waikato Titans.
Well, as you said, they're very intimidating with their defense. They press a lot, you know, they're quick, and they get a lot of hands on the ball and get a lot of steals and turnovers, create a lot of turnovers. So it is a tough proposition. We played them twice, you know. In the second game, we had a bit of a problem in the first half with it, but we are ready for it. We are used to it, and hopefully, you know, we will execute well.
Now, a couple of people have been talking about Phil Jones and what a scoring machine is. Are you becoming over-reliant on him offensively?
Well, every team has got players that they rely on. You know, Waikato's got Para Cameron that they rely on. We have got Phil Jones. But we have got other offensive threats on the court as well. When Phil is cold, you know, we've got players like Ed Book, Judd Flavel can step up, you know. Also, we've got a lot of workhorses like Quincy Gorse and Robert Dalberg and Mika Vukana that can actually chip in as well. So, you know, we don't rely on Phil, but Phil is a huge part of our team.
The Nelson Giants will be going with their usual lineup. It's a different team to the Titans, but the Titans are going to be keying center Ed Book. Now, Judd Flavel, Rampton, Gauze, Jones all contribute heavily. And the Giants, if we look at their bench, they do not have the depth the Titans have. They tend to rely on 7 to 8 players. Keep your eye on Mika Vukana and Robert Dahlberg.
So the 2-minute clock has just ticked over, 2 minutes away from tip-off this afternoon. A full house at the Trafalgar Centre. Just who will be cutting down the nets in celebration at the end of the game? Jeff Green, or will it be Nenad Vucinic and the home team, the Nelson Giants? Teams finishing their warm-up procedures and ready for a great game of basketball in Prospect. Let's take you now to our commentary team for this afternoon's Burger King final. Bob Montai and former Tall Black Chris Tupu.
Thank you, Andrew, and what a wonderful afternoon we have. The streets of Nelson are empty. Everyone has gone down to the OK Corral for the big shootout between the two behemoths of the NBL, the Nelson Giants, and the invaders from the north, the Waikato Titans. And with me is Chris Tupu. Chris, how do you call this game? I know where your sentiments lie, I know where your heart is, but looking at it objectively, how do you call it?
I think if the Titans can get out and play their pressure defense, execute offensively, I think I've got the Titans by about 7 or 8 points.
Well, that's a big call. I think the big blue wall from the south is going to stop the invaders. I've got Nelson by 5, but we've got 40 minutes of scintillating basketball before we know the final outcome. These two teams have played twice in the regular season, and Nelson have beaten them twice, but that really doesn't tell the story, Chris. We've had key players for the Titans out when those two games were played.
Yeah, I think, you know, looking back to the regular season, both Pero Cameron and Dwayne McRae missed both of those games, and they've come in and filled a big hole that the Titans kind of struggled with their inside game early in the season. So I think it's going to be a different kind of a game today, and hey, finals, one-off kind of a game. It's who's going to play the best on the night, and a number of the Waikato players have been there before, done it with Auckland. A few of their players there did it last year, and you know, likewise Nelson has a few players that have been there and done it before. So as yet the Nelson Giants haven't won a championship in Nelson. In 1997 I think they played their final game against the Auckland Stars, and were unsuccessful in that. But so it's really good, I think, for Nelson to get a home court advantage, and the local people at least to get a chance to see them have a go at a national championship.
Well, talking about home court advantage, we usually give the home court team about 8 to 10 points, and Jeff Green before the game said that he believed Nelson started 10-0 just by virtue of the fact that they were playing in Nelson. Nenad Vucinic doesn't give anything like that away. He's too crafty, he's too cold. And it's interesting, the coaching styles today will be just as much of a contrast as will the two teams. Nelson playing with far more control, I would think. Don't want to really get into a running game with the Titans, but they can run if they need to. But they want to force the ball inside. And Ricky Struther probably playing his last NBL game today. He's walking on a badly damaged ankle. Will it hold up for the rest of the game, Chris?
I talked to him briefly before the game. He wasn't sure whether he was going to you know, retire or start for that matter. But, you know, Ricky is a great player. He's had a long career. He just does so many things well. He's a great passer and a second top three-point shooter in the league. So
away we go. Put your lazy boys back. Put on your seat belts. NBL final basketball. We're off. Hopoy going baseline against Book. Kicks it out to Boucher. Doesn't drop. Well, we've often talked about teams having to warm up, and I'm sure we'll see the same here, Chris. Early minutes will be all physical stoush. Push, bump, shove, trying to get psychological and physical advantage over your opponent.
oh, nice pass there from Hopoy inside to Boucher. Can't find a basket there.
That was a brilliant pass. The shot didn't drop at the other end. Damon Rampton misses the shot. Ed Book misses another putback. First foul is going to be tagged against Ricky Struther.
We've got 2,100 people, they think, are packed in here to the Trafalgar Centre.
Well, this could be like the Old West. The tumbleweeds are rolling down the empty streets of Nelson. Everybody is crammed into the Trafalgar Centre here to watch this final. We've got a South Island team versus a North Island team. What more could you want? Ed Book is looking for 2 shots. Now, the Hui out there. Ed Book is making his case. He wants a couple of free throws. Referees today: Ken Colson, Dallas Pickering, Gavin Field.
I have it on blue 4-3. Blue 4-3. It is going that way. My mistake, that way. Damien came and hit the guy as he got the ball. We're going that way.
Now we've got the call sorted out. The foul is going to be tagged against Damon Rampton.
Big turnaround there. Wasn't quite sure what was going on.
Rampton obviously fouled before Book could get up the shot. Now Book was looking for 2 free throws, but the foul was committed by Rampton before Book was fouled. And at the other end, man, you see the physical play already. These two teams are hot-wired.
Hopoy, third time he's caught the ball. Third time he's drove to the basket. Under control. Goes strong, gets a foul there. Looks like he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Hopoy is so quick, Chris. He's reminiscent of Daryl Johnson, who used to play so many years successfully for the Lower Hutt team. Very quick player.
And he's hearing it from the Snelson crowd as he drains the first one.
Well, he meets the blast of sound, the round of sound from the Nelson fans. That's a welcome to Nelson. Little call there for David Hopoy. The Titans into the lead. 2-0 here. 1 minute gone. 39 minutes to play.
Titans into their half-court trap there.
Goldberg out front with Judd Clavel. And the Titans back into a zone. Philip Jones would love to hit his first couple of threes. And the first steal, Prem Krishna takes it the length of the court. Beautiful control. He drops it.
One of the best in the league at steals. Prem Krishna, good anticipation there. Able to come up and finish with a layup. As again we see some pressure being applied from the Titans. Krishna again to the hole, no foul called.
Well, Jeff Green said they wouldn't put on the press until later in the game, but never believed Jeff. He's a very crafty coach. He probably figured Nenad Vucinic was listening to that interview. They've come out here and a couple of quick steals. They didn't get the 2 points there, and that's a pity. That's what they play the press for. Waikato is so quick with those hands. A team of 5 pickpockets on the court. Anything that's loose, they'll pick up and run with it. Philip Jones from Reefton.
Jones bears a deep three to start the count off for the Giants.
Well, Jones has us blinking. That one came from Bob Murchison, I think. Inside, Prem Krishna throws the ball to Quincy Gauze. Nelson on the fast break. Gauze has the ball knocked out of his hands by David Hopoy.
Explosive start to the game, Bob. Great up and down stuff, end-to-end basketball.
My goodness me, what a rip-roaring start we've had to the game. Philip Jones, another three, it's there. The Giants rip into a 6-4 lead. Compliments of Phil Jones, 2 3-pointers. Jones rips the ball down for Nelson. They're running, trying to get up before the Waikato Titans set up their defense. Jones takes it underneath, has the ball knocked out of bounds. Well, we've seen the strengths of both teams early on here. We've seen the Waikato Titans press, and we've seen this man, Philip Jones, the offensive machine.
Great inside pass there. Book finishes for 2. The Giants take an 8-4 lead.
Big play underneath from Ed Book.
Shoot in, Dwayne. Shoot in, mate. Shoot in.
2 teams with the same name. How can you differentiate them? The Titans versus the Giants.
Dwayne McRae checks into the ball game, as does Pero Cameron. Ricky Struthers and David Hopoy take a rest.
There you go. One shot.
So Ed Book on the line. The Giants lead by 4. Probably 92% of the fans in here are pretty happy with a 4-point lead to the Nelson Giants right now. Here's the tall black, Big Ed Book. They'll be leaving in 2 days on their European tour. Now Book makes the free throw. It's a 5-point lead here. Liafa into the lane, drops it outside. No one was going to be allowed to take a shot in the paint. McRae took it inside. He was hammered. He'll walk to the line, and he'll be shooting 2.
The Titans will have to get a hand up on Phil Jones. He had a hot game last week. He ended up with 30-odd points. Tonight he's come out and hit his first couple of 3-pointers. Not a good sign. They'll have to get a hand up and do a better job of making sure that he doesn't get good looks at the basket. Phil's one of those money players. As we've heard Coach Vucinic say before the game, they do rely on him for a lot of scoring. And, you know, believe me, he gives you the scoring.
Indeed he will. What good matchups we've got. We've got Philip Jones averaging 21 a game versus Prem Krishna averaging 15. Ed Book averaging 20 points a game. Dylan Boucher 15 a game. Quincy Gauze 18 a game. Pero Cameron 14. Everywhere you look, there are interesting matchups. But remember, Vucinic, the coach of Nelson, said he wasn't interested in matchups. He's interested in a team concept. Philip Jones sets 3 3-pointers in the first period.
Unbelievable shooting from Jones. Top of the key, gets a nice friendly roll. Third 3-pointer.
Out the court. Off the court.
Now the referees are telling Jeff Green to get off the court. Coaches are not allowed to step into the playing area The referees, thankfully, didn't call a technical foul, but merely told him to get off the court. That's good refereeing. Nelson, with their own version of the Titan press, almost forced a turnover. Pero Cameron was left to bring the ball up on his own. That's a Titan mistake. You give it to the point guard, and you get your big men down the court. Mind you, Pero's pretty confident dribbling the ball, Chris.
Yeah, he's a confident ball handler. Very strong with the ball. As we see Leafa launch a three. He nails his first shot of the game. He hit some big shots last week against the Canterbury Rams in the semi-final clash at the YMCA.
Okay, Dahlberg brings it over halfway. Nelson survived the half-court pass. And once again, a three-pointer from Murchison. Philip Jones buries it. He's got 12 points off 4 for 4. The three-point line.
100% shooting from Jones.
A shocking start. Shocking means brilliant start from Phil Jones. Little fake, Pero Cameron. Off the glass, it doesn't drop. Underneath McRae, he's going to be called for stepping out of bounds. He came from the weak side to try to get the pass, and he stepped out of bounds. Ken Colson right there had his whistle in his mouth and made the call. Well, the defensive intimidation comes from the Titans very early. That's completely contrary to what Jeff Green told us before the game. But that's not really surprising, is it, Chris?
No, you know, out of their half-court trap that they go to, they're just missing, picking up those shooters, and Jones has got open out of the transition back into their zone. So they're going to probably have a talk about that now, and Jeff Green will definitely not be happy with the looks that he's had so far, Jones that is.
Well, Jeff Green has called the timeout. There's 5:23 left in the first period. The Titans have called timeout, but let's listen to Coach Nina Vucinic.
The third guy should be here, all right? So one big guy is here. Yeah. Okay? Okay. Doesn't matter, either, okay? If you attack, he goes there, and this guy goes there. If it's a ball reversal, he stays there. On the ball reversal, he goes there. Okay? And then he goes through. Hey, we can't attack that press. They're pushing it out. You can't attack. When you get in the middle, there's no one around you. One dribble, two dribble, no one comes out. Land on 2 feet.
When I reverse it to here, he's got to have that option down sideline. Yeah. Bobby don't look side.
Hey, running white now. Running white. Get. Okay,
Okay, we'll touch.
Contact.
There we go.
Fine, Johnny gets judged, and the rest now about the triangle. Go.
There he is. This man is hot. Philip Jones, 4 3-pointers to lead all scorers. But hey, he does this regularly, Chris. He might miss the next 4, but he'll come back. Good steal. Leafa protects the ball. Great Titans played. Dragged them back into the game. 15-11. They're down by 4. Defensive half-court trap has been pulled off now. Judd Flavel backing in against Leafa. Well, that's a good move from Jeff Green. The press has gotten him a couple of baskets, and now he's pulled it off, Chris. He's taken the press off. Almost another turnover there.
Yeah,
However,
I think Coach Green was not happy with the way they were getting out to the shooters after the half-court trap, so gone back to a man-to-man.
Jones, get off the furniture, Phil. You're not allowed to hang on it, mate.
Jones is on fire. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. He already has 4 3-pointers and a tip dunk. As you see McRae go to work.
If I was Jeff Green, I'd want to check Phil Green's water bottle. What's in that?
Okay,
17-11 compliments of Philip Jones. What's it?
Replay here, McRae just drops it down to Pero. Looks like we've got Ed booked for a foul on the arm of Pero Cameron, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Pero Cameron, big free throw here. 17-11 deficit. He cuts it to 5.
An Auckland team.
Pero knows all about basketball. He bends over, slows things down. does up his shoelaces. Here's the key cog in the Tall Blacks, who'll be playing in the World Championships in just a few weeks' time. But he misses. He's got 1 of 2. 4:26. Hey, Philip Jones.
Leafa out front with the pressure on Flavel.
Flavel kicks it out. Dahlberg inside. Here's the man they're targeting. Ed Book, and they get a steal off him. Just quick hands. I love the Titans defense. That time, Nelson get it back. Book from three-point land. Doesn't go down. Dylan Boucher against Ed Book. Nice little pass back from Kathy Pongia.
Beautiful fast break basketball there. Quick touch pass from Brendan Pongia. Back to the slashing Boucher for 2. 17-14. Giants up.
Jones double teamed, and McRae with his quick hands makes the steal. Here's Brendan Kathy Pongia. He'll slow it down. Titans don't often do that inside. McRae, little move on Ed Book. Spins, puts it up. He's fouled. It doesn't drop, but he drew a big foul, Chris.
Now McRae is working hard in the low post there, getting good position. Out of the fast break there, he gets good position on Ed Book. He's got quickness to burn. Able to get around Book on the baseline. Comes back, gets another foul. I think there could be 2 on Book. And looks like he'll take a seat as we see Mika Bakona check into the game for the first time.
Well, now what you noticed in there was Ed Book just could not resist.
No, I'm not going to talk to you now. You want the question answered?
He couldn't resist reaching in there.
Dwayne McRae, of course, playing in the South American League, Argentinian League, and his team for the last 3 years have won the first division over there. He has been a key part of that team.
It's straight to Ed. Okay?
Big Ed Book has had to ride the pine here. He's sitting out, just resting up. 17-16. Book was not tagged with a foul there. Either our score missed it or probably the score bench picked it up. We'll catch you up with that in just a moment, but it's 17-16. The lead has all but disappeared for the Giants. Judd Flavel calling his team together.
For yellow, with a push that way. Here we go.
Nelson inbounding the ball. There's 3:17 left in the first period. Jones now being marked by Brendan Kathy Pongia. Somebody's got to put the lid on Phil Jones. He launches a 3. It doesn't go down. That's the first one he's missed, Chris.
Yeah, good defense there by Kathy Pongia. Stayed in front of him. Jones, of course, is about 6'6", so he's able to shoot over those smaller guards.
Well, as you mentioned that, Phil Jones is quite deceptively tall. It's only when you get up next to him that you realize just how tall he is. The Titans with a turnover there. Ricky Struther threw the ball out of bounds, and that gives the ball over to the Nelson Giants with a chance to extend their lead here. They led at one point by 7. Underneath, Mika Bakona has got 2.
He had a great game last week, came off the bench, played solid defense. Again there, nice move inside Mika Bakona as we see Holpry go to work. We got a travelling call.
Well,
Okay? No elbows, don't swing it, okay?
Yeah,
Keep
just...
your position, yeah. Okay?
Good defense there from Mika Bakona, just causing David to lose his footing there and gets called for a travel.
I think if David saw the replay as we did, Chris, he'd agree with the call. It was a good one. Dahlberg hounded outside by Hopoy. Takes it down bloody nose lane. It doesn't go in. Look at the offensive rebound coming from Quincy Gauze, but that was compliments of one big push in the back.
Tara Cameron there with the box out.
19-16 to the ASB Bank Nelson Giants.
Dahlberg just trying to get to the lane, throws up a shot. And over the back there, you can just see Pero Cameron takes a bit to push him over.
Well, that's right, but Gauze was right up around his shoulders there. Almost standing on him to get that rebound at the other end. Pero Cameron, who was 1 of 2 on his last trip to the charity line, shooting 2. 19-16, 2:14 left in the first period. The final of the Burger King NBL. Pressure pressure showing here early on as Cameron has missed 2 of 3 now. Two of 4 for the big man.
Look to see they're going to sit on the man-to-man. It looks like the Titans have taken their half-court trap off.
Well, it's good coaching. You can't do it the whole game.
Here we go.
And we've got an offensive block, defensive block.
1, block, that way.
That's going to be number 31. Ricky Struther has called for a foul.
Down here, down here, down
It's a
here.
blocking foul. The captain, the mighty captain of the Waikato Titans. The Titans packing the paint there. They don't want the Giants to get the ball underneath Van Book. That spells a lot of trouble. Bukona from the free throw line. Great shooting.
He hit one of those last week. Can't leave him open on the free throw line. Mickey Bukona having a good start to the game for the Nelson Giants.
He's a dream player to have coming off the bench. Nice little pass underneath. Almost picked off by Judd Flavel. You can see exactly what Cameron was trying to do. Subs. A wave of yellow shirts coming onto the court. Krishna returns. Liafa returns. Jeff Green trying to keep his troops fresh. Oh, boys, left-handed shot doesn't go down. Nelson with a fast break. That's one thing the Titans are good at. Transition play. They make the transition from offense to defense very quickly. And that time it stopped the Nelson fast break. Dahlberg.
One of their trademarks, Bob. Transition both ways, from offense to defense and defense to offense. As we see Cameron launch his first 3, he nails it.
Big Perro with a big 3, and it's a 21-19 ball game.
Don't forget, of course,
1:26 left in the first period. Nelson has called a timeout.
Titans just doing a good job of steadying the ship there, and I think it's really important that they get Perro touches almost every time down the court.
While you see the top 3 scores for both teams, look at Philip Jones. He made his first 4 3-pointers before missing 1 attempt there, and he had a monster jam. Bukona's come off the bench to assist him. Nenad Vucinic, Nelson coach.
Perro's up here. Good look at the basket. He's improved his 3-point shooting over the last 5 years. He has become a real threat from the tray line, and one of his strengths really in the English league. He's one of the top 3-point shooters, and he plays a lot outside. He doesn't really play inside over in England for the Chester Jets.
Well, that's a good point, Chris. He's so deceptive. You look at his size, and you'd normally think, well, here's somebody who's going to park, absolutely camp under the basket. But no, this man has such good touch from out around the 3-point line. He's actually playing probably a number 3 position, a shooting forward. Great leader of the Tall Blacks, Perro Cameron. Head Book inside, goes to the hoop. Nice little sort of a drifting 2-pointer there, and it's a 23-20 lead to Nelson. 1:09 left in the first period. Time running out here. Kicks it back outside to Struther, who puts up the 3, and he's going to be fouled out beyond the 3-point line, I believe. We'll just wait for the signal. It might be a 3-point. Nope, he's going to be given 2 free throws. He must have been on the line as he went up.
Kick out from Hopai there. Bukona trying to stay just a bit late there, getting over and fouling Ricky Struthers on the arm. And Ricky obviously didn't play last week. He looks right out there, Bob, running around, and he's a key player for the Titans.
Chris, that was an important move from Ricky Struther. It demonstrated to the whole Nelson team that, in fact, he's pretty mobile with that ankle. He made a nice little move, a fake left, and went to the right to shoot off 1 dribble. And if somebody's ankle was badly hurt, they wouldn't have been able to do that.
Cameron for his second 3. Bukona comes down with a big board.
Oh, Bukona so aggressive on the rebounding. Both teams sky high, really pumped for this game. As a result, we've got a 2-point lead. 2-point ball game into the last half minute of the first half. First period, in fact. Jones making a move on Krishna. Fading baseline jumper, doesn't go down. Bukona knocks it into Ed Book's hands. It's 2. 4-point lead, 17 seconds. Liafa holds it up. Now they'll go for one last shot, I would believe. They'll run the clock down to about 7 seconds, and then they'll look for a shot. Liafa into the lane. Kicks it outside to Perron. We've got an offensive charge. Heartbreaking for the Titans. Jeff Green cannot believe it. Into the lane Liafa went with 5 seconds on the shot clock. He tried to dish it out, and as he came down, he smacked into the defensive player and was charged with the foul. Dahlberg launches it. Bacona almost with a tip-in, but it doesn't go down. The end of the first period, the Giants with a 4-point lead, 25-21. Got to keep them wondering what's going to happen every time they get the ball and bring it up toward that halfway stripe. They got to be thinking in the back of their mind, what are the Titans going to spring on us now?
They'll have to tidy up their zone defense. Every time they've put the zone on, the Nelson Giants have seemed to have had their way with it. So they're going to have to tighten that up a little bit as we see Struthers dish up the top of the key to Prem Krishna, who nails his first three-pointer.
Well, a little bit of a surprise. Nelson has come out in the zone, and Krishna burned it first time up.
Great shooter, Prem Krishna. Beautiful shot for those watching at home as he comes up with another steal.
A little double dribble. The ref didn't see it as he took it over halfway. Another turnover goes the Titans' way. Krishna doesn't drop. Tries to save it. Flavel comes up with the ball for Nelson. Watch Bill Jones on the left. Flavel's pass just couldn't get into his hands.
Liafa looked like he got a hand to that one and deflects it out of bounds. Nelson, 25. Titans, 24.
Ed Book sets up for a little 8-footer and doesn't go down. And Bacona fighting for the ball underneath. Ball goes out of bounds, and that's sort of an offensive rebound of sorts that goes Nelson's way. No defensive team ever wants to give up a second shot. This can hurt you. You give up one, and you start giving up more. And Book, in the meantime, goes into the paint, puts up a little 3-footer, and finds the net. 27-24. Nelson by 3. Cameron kicks it outside. Liafa, a little fake. Hopoi has to take it outside again. Very active Nelson game, leaving Krishna all alone at the top. Just doesn't drop, and the Nelson Giants come away with the ball. Dahlberg circles under the basket, finds Ed Book, little 7-footer. It's there.
Book is getting all kinds of room there in the post. As we see a nice pass there from Liafa that feeds a cutting Hopoi. He lays it in for 2.
Well, we've got a turned ankle. Mika Bacona on Mika's hurt his ankle. Referee has called timeout. It's referee's timeout. Referees this afternoon, Ken Coulson, Dallas Pickering, and Gavin Fiu. Bacona walks to the sideline. Good shot of Ken Coulson. Good refereeing team. We're using 3 this year in the NBL, and I think it's really paid off. Far fewer arguments about refereeing. 3 refs can do a better job than 2. And over the season, I think that's been amply proved, Chris.
Yeah, it's good to see 3 refs out there. As we see Book again get open on the baseline. Nice rebound from Dwayne McRae.
Well, McRae just took the ball away from Quincy Gauze, showing his great upper body strength. Liafa nets it with 3.
Continues the hot hand, Liafa. As I said, he made some big shots last week in the semi-final against Canterbury. He comes up again big from the top of the key with his second try of the game.
That 3-pointer locked the scores at 29 all. Ed Book has got the order to put the ball in the air. This is the man that Jeff Green was targeting at the beginning of the game. He said, Ed Book, probably the best shooting big man in the league, and we've got to shut him down. Well, Book has a green light from Nenad Vucinic. If he's open, put it in the air, Ed.
Book has 11 for the game so far.
Dahlberg from the 3-point line in the corner. Drops it. 32-29 Nelson with a 7:24 minute spread left to go in the second period. Absolutely excited crowd here at the OK Corral. Watching this great shootout.
You did, Dylan.
Now he's calling, he stepped out of court with the ball, so it's another turnover. Often players don't realize how close to the end line they are.
Twice now the Titans have got caught down the baseline there. Delberg with the ball. He hit some big threes last week. So they'll need to get a hand up on him as we see Boucher come away with a steal at the top of the key.
Dylan Boucher, that's magic! Dylan Boucher, what great body control. He controls the ball and puts it in. Every young, aspiring guard in the country, you watch Dylan Boucher on that one. Dahlberg's shot doesn't drop. Dwayne McCray, another big rebound for him. Fast break basketball from the Titans. Oh, what a pass from Farrell Cameron. That is going to be the pass of the season.
Unbelievable vision there from Cameron.
Farrell Cameron was brilliant with that pass.
This is the sort of pace the Titans are after. This sort of pace will play into their game plan, probably more than Nelson.
Indeed, Chris. Titans really turning a screw now, putting more and more pressure on the Giants. Phil Jones shows nothing but backboard. Long pass ahead. He took steps. Yes, he did. He won't be happy with that call, but he did take steps. Heads-up basketball from the Waikato Titans. They're really turning the heat up now on the Nelson Giants. They're into the lead by one, 32-33. 6 minutes left in the first half. The Giants under pressure now. The Titans really up the defensive pressure.
Jones working on Pongia. Finds an open book.
Phil Jones, it doesn't go down. And pushed out of bounds as Quincy Gauze looked like it was fired out of a cannon.
I don't know why. Okay.
Well, a big foul comes against the Titans. They weren't going to give up that ball. Jones missed a sitter. Very unusual for him.
Jeremy Russ at the top here. Just go and see Dylan with the hands in there. Goes the length of the court. Finishes with the left finger roll. Dylan Boucher.
Oh, that's just beautiful breakaway basketball from Dylan Boucher, and he's not a small man. For what control?
Let's go, guys. Let's get our spots. Let's go. Phil got caught down here.
Don't you love this game? The ballet of Burger King NBL basketball. Phil Jones on the line shooting two. He's got one. That knocks the scores at 33-all.
Jones, the leading scorer of the game thus far with 15 points. Ed Book's got 11. Leafa has 8 for the Titans.
Well, he makes a vote. Both teams shooting very well. Field goals, 45% for each team. Nelson with a 1-point lead. This game is everything we thought it was going to be. The numbers 1 and 2 teams in the league going toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose, head-to-head in the final of the Burger King NBL.
Hayden Allen checked on for the Titans. Good shooter. Played in Otago last year. Hasn't seen a lot of court time, but he's a young player of the future. Hayden Allen. As we see Dylan Boucher go to work in the post on Robbie Dahlberg.
Well, we've got a pushing foul. It's going to be against Dwayne McCray, I believe. McCray picks up a foul. We'll check how many fouls. Is that going to be on Dwayne? It's a pushing foul. We've got him down for 2. Didn't see any notification from the score bench.
Titans sitting in man-to-man. Prem Krishna out front on Robbie Dahlberg.
Phil Jones throws nothing but air. He's calling for a foul. Somebody probably hit his elbow. He's going to claim, and Boucher with another steal. Prem Krishna off the glass. It's there, and he's fouled.
I talked to Jeff Green before the game. He said one of the keys is their defensive intensity. When they play good defense, it turns into offense. You can see here, that's exactly what happens. Boucher with the quick hands, feeds off to a cutting Krishna who lays it in for 2. He'll go to the line for a bonus.
It's as simple as that. If you want to explain the Titans season, if you want to talk about their game plan, if you want to talk about tactics, just watch that replay over and over again. That's Titans basketball. Defensive pressure, a steal leads to a brilliant 2 points. And on the line, Prem Krishna going for 3 points here. 34-35, Nelson by 1 now. Scores are locked. Sorry, it's a 36-34 ball game. Titans by 2.
Krishna now has 8.
Tipperary befuddled by excitement here. Quincy Gauze trying to get into the lane. Now, he's been very quiet offensively. Nelson wants the shot to count. Yes, they're going to give him.
Hold. There it is. Comes in.
Boucher just getting caught with his knee there.
Now, the basket didn't count. I would have been surprised if it had. The ball goes over to Nelson. They'll inbound the ball. We got just under 5 minutes left to play in the first half. Kicks it out corner. Jones, little fake. Nice shot. It's there.
Beautiful up fake from Jones. Makes room for himself.
The offensive machine has got 18. Double teamed on the baseline. Boucher kicks it back out to Krishna. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Terrell with a 3. Ricky Strother goes high on that very, very twisted, badly injured ankle, but he's playing pretty well on it. No call came. It looks like a bowling alley in there. Pins flying everywhere.
Boucher not happy with it. Thought he was fouled. Gavin Few, the official, doesn't think so. See on the replay. Boucher fakes middle.
From the corner, Krishna's shot doesn't go down. Scores locked, 36 all.
Johnny Russ seen some time early in this game.
Well, that's good. The coach has little confidence in him putting him on the court. He's what's known as a role player. Now, Quincy Gauze tried to take it inside. He lost the ball. It was kicked by Dylan Boucher. Kicked ahead, went off his foot, so that's a turnover. It goes Nelson's way. Watch this.
Prem Krishna knew exactly what he was going to do there. He's done that numerous times. Probably the best in the league at that kind of steal. He's got long arms, really good hands.
That's sneaky stuff. Sneaky stuff. But the Titans live by it. Scores locked. What a game. What a feast. Couldn't be tighter. Flavel backing in against Krishna. Almost loses the ball. Time ticking away here on the shot clock. Inside it goes to Ed Book. Now Book, I thought, knocked that out of bounds, but they're going to give it away. Give it back to Nelson. 3:34 left in the first half.
They got 6 seconds on the shot clock. Nelson will have to look to get a shot up here within 6 seconds.
Get it in, John, get it in.
Flavel luckily gets it in. They've got 5 seconds. Once they get the ball, they get the ball in bounds. Phil Jones fading away at a 3-point attempt there. And Jones picks up the errant pass from the Waikato Titans, and Gauze takes it to the hoop, gives it to Damon Rampton. Goes over the basket. Book missed the putback. Everybody scrambling for that ball. Who comes up with it? Boucher, of course.
Allen for 3. Nails it.
Hey.
Hayden Allen played in the Otago last year. Came up to the Waikato. Hasn't seen a lot of time. He nails a big shot. We see Flavel go all the way. Beautiful finger on the left off the glass.
What a shot from Judd Flavel. 39-38. Titans by 1. Cameron backing in. Backing against Gauze. Nice little behind the back pass. Boucher just couldn't put it down. What great basketball we're seeing. 39-38, 1-point lead to the Titans. Boucher not a happy man. As he walks to the pine.
Boucher picks up his 3rd foul. Crucial there. He probably won't see much of this second quarter. Now as we see the Titans match up again in man-to-man.
Chris, we don't want to see a game ruined by fouls here. It's such a big part of the game. Quincy Gauze immediately gets into the act for Nelson. And he shoves them back into a 1-point lead. 2 minutes, 13 seconds. Hey! Prem Krishna with another 3. Great shooting from him.
Leafa, one of his strengths is knowing where the outside shooters are at all times. Good penetration, nice kick out right on the money. As we see Flavel drive the hole again. Can't get it to go.
Flavel was looking for two, and if he couldn't get the two, he wanted a rebound off the glass to one of the big men.
Krishna again from the corner. No good.
Racehorse basketball here. Up and down we go, but this time Waikato will get the inbound. The crowd doesn't like it. Of course, it's a Nelson crowd, and it's a 2-point lead to Waikato. Nelson have led most of the way, but Waikato just slowly gaining a little control here. Leafa with three. Edbook with a big rebound. Flavel up quickly. Nelson will run it every time they can. So far, the transition game from Waikato has been great. They've not given away many two-pointers, runaway two-pointers.
Cameron hits the deck to pick up that loose ball as we see Leafa feed it. Cameron back for a layup. Beautiful basketball.
Well, the earth moved, and Pero Cameron gets a runaway two off a beautiful little pass, and suddenly the Titans lead by 4. Nelson, a little bit of trouble here. Hooking with the knee is going to be called against George Leafa, and immediately starts talking to Ken Colson. Stay away from him, George. You'll only get a technical, mate.
I think Leafa was calling for the hook around.
Hold that way.
Yes, George Leafa picks up the foul. 57 seconds left in the first half. Pero Cameron talking with Ken Colson. And on the line is going to be Judd Flavel. The Titans have committed the minimum of 4 fouls, so this is shooting time. Flavel with 2 free throws. Has to make them both.
Flavel good with the first. Had a steady game last week in the semi-final against the Palmerston North Jets. Again, he started out pretty good tonight, just keeping things under control. Really important for him to try and control the tempo if Nelson's going to be successful.
Well, Nelson with a crucial 2 free throws, back to within 2. We're into the last minute of the first half. The Titans want to use up as much time as they can. They'll be looking for an inside shot from Pero, I believe. Backing in against Ed Book. They'd love to get another foul called against Ed Book. Ricky Struther with a 3. Second leading three-point tosser in the league.
That is a money shot for Ricky. I don't know how many times I saw that last year. He is a hell of a three-point shooter, especially from the top of the keyhole.
The lead now back to 4. Phil Jones. Around it goes. Down. And a collision underneath between Pero Cameron, teammate, Tall Black, and Phil Jones. They went down heavily.
Get up.
There was no call after the shot. Watch this as that 2 bodies collide. Whammo.
That's definitely not a charge. He never had legal position.
Cameron just sort of standing on the side there as Jones came running in. It looked like he was stationary. I'm not sure whether the referee wanted him to square up more to the oncoming player, but however, no foul called there. Basket will count. Jones now has 20 to lead all scores.
Well, you saw the courage of Phil Jones, and you saw the courageous attempt by Pero Cameron to take the charge. Jones comes away with 2 points. Both players went down heavily. There was no foul called. Mika Vakona with a steal. Phil Jones pops it. Before the shot was taken, the shot clock went off, signaling the end of the first half.
They sort of shut him down, but Ed Book seems to be having his way down in the low post there. They'll have to do a good job of marking Ed Book, and the Titans really will have to tighten up their zone defense when they do use it.
The Titans come out in a man-to-man. Gauze flashes high to get the ball. We'll check and see what teams are doing. Damon Rampton scoreless in the first half. Phil Jones shoots over Krishna. He's got it. What a shot. A hand in his face, and he still makes it.
He is such a clutch player, Bob. Phil just came up with a huge shot there. Rebel with a steal.
And Phil Jones causes a turnover there. Good defensive play from him. Flavel in the paint, kicks it out to Ed Book. Three-pointer doesn't go down. Quincy goes with the point back.
Great work on the offensive glass there from Quincy Gorse. Just quietly going about his work as he did last week. Don't really notice him that much, but he is an effective player. As we see Krishna fire a long bomb, can't get it to go.
Well, that's patented George Leafa play down the lane. He kicks it out to Krishna. The shot doesn't go down. Nelson with a rebound to Rampton. It's on the floor. Big Bug puts it up, puts it in. We've got a 6-0 run. Nelson Giants to start the third period. Liafa finally is fouled by Phil Jones. Almost another steal and a 6-0 run. Chris Tupu to start the second half.
Yeah, Titans up by 2. Now they're down by 4. So Coach Green won't be happy with that start.
Well, the Titans live and die by defensive pressure, and now they're under a bit of defensive pressure themselves. The Giants really turning the screws here early on, trying to force the Titans into giving up the ball several times so they can break into a lead, which they have by 4, 50-46.
Popeye makes a move to the basket. Nice little finger roll, gets it to go, takes a bit of contact there.
That's just brilliant one-on-one basketball. He went off a pick, and once he got beyond the pick, it was all David Hopoi.
Gauze from the top of the key. Struther comes away with the board.
Now, Nelson didn't need to take a shot like that. That's poor percentage from Quincy Gauze. He hasn't been shooting well. They've been scoring much closer to the basket. Foul's going to be on Damon Rampton. You can tell by the look of anguish in his body language there.
Referee's calling it a pass-off, so Ricky will not get the ball. You can see here Ricky driving the lane. It's a bit of a foul in there somewhere.
Wow.
Titans ball from the inline.
He didn't get the free throws. Referee thought he was making a pass. Cameron just walking his way to the basket here against Quincy Gauze. That's just a, what you call it, power reverse. Quincy Gauze helps it out by hitting the deck. And Big Peril with Cameron is tagged with a foul.
Cameron here, trying to suss it out for a move.
Boom.
Pretty good position there from Quincy Gauze.
No problems for the big man. That's only his first foul. The first foul in the game on Peril Cameron. 2 points to lead to Nelson. Little spin shot from Philip Jones. And the foul this time is going to be tagged against Prem Krishna, who has the unenviable task of trying to mark the boy from Reefton, Philip Jones.
Good feed there from Gauze down low to Jones. Little fake. Krishna just gets him across the forearm there, and Jones will go to the line to shoot too. I'm picking he'll make both of these. Jones, pretty good free throw shooter.
Oh, he's an excellent free thrower. That gives him 23 points in the afternoon. The Giants depend so much on this man, and so does the Tall Blacks. He misses the second one. 51-48, 3-point lead here to the Nelson Giants. Giants look like they might be going to put on a half-court trap, but no, they've just come up to play man-to-man. They're going to put a little defensive pressure on the Titans. Liafa kicks it outside. Krishna. Good play from Ricky Struther. They get the ball back. Kicked out to Liafa. Went for a three. It doesn't go down. Ball's on the floor, and Flavel has the ball knocked out of his hands. Wow, a bit of a lolly scramble underneath there. None of the Giants jumped for that rebound, and it was left on the floor. Lucky to come away with possession.
Titans had about 3 looks at that. Ricky Struther doing a good job of keeping it alive as we see Flavel. Feed to Rampton on the wing.
And Book backing in against Struther. He gets a shot up, and he's going to be fouled by number 31, Ricky Struther, called for holding. Ricky.
Substitutions coming in for the Titans. We see Boucher, as we see on the replay. Book getting pretty good position down low there.
Okay, Chris Tupu, pretend you're the coach now. You've just put the man, the spark plug of your team, onto the floor. He's got 3 fouls. It's early in the third period. Dylan Boucher back in the game. He's on 3. What do you think?
Well, I think Dylan's a smart enough player to realize that he is in jeopardy of getting that 4th foul. He won't want to pick that up early. I think he knows the importance of him staying in this game right to the death. He really has to just be really careful with the reaches and stuff. But again, you know, I think Dylan's smart enough to play it smart. So,
hey, telling Dylan Boucher to be careful and cautious when he plays basketball is like telling Ed Book to give up the rebound. Stop rebounding. He's not that kind of player. Big gamble here early on in the third period, I think. 52-48, 4-point spread Nelson's way. There he is, a three-point ace. He's got it! Pongia can light it up. Leave him alone, he'll bury you. 1-point ball game. Brendan Kathy Pongia was saying before the game, this is his big opportunity. He wants a championship.
2, 5, push, holding.
Yeah, Pongi there getting a good look. Nailing his first jumper of the game.
Well,
Giants will have to be aware of where he is.
indeed. Ed Book inbounds the ball. Normally you have a big player throwing it in. You want all your guards inside getting free for the pass. Philip Jones with 2.
Jones with an excellent cut there, doing a lot of work off the ball to get open. Nice feed inside from Book.
That came right out of a coaching manual. Inbound play, you don't see many. And Philip Jones finishes it off with 2. 3-point lead to Nelson. Watch Farrell Cameron and Ed Book. Tall black teammates. Book knocks it off the ring. Nice little pass inside from McCray. And Boucher gets the 2. Big man basketball, so exciting. These guys can pass, they can drop outside and shoot a 3, and they can muscle it up underneath.
McCray on Gauze. Pongia, Jones.
Almost a steal from Boucher. 3-point attempt doesn't go down. Glamble knocks the ball out of bounds. Dallas Pickering gives it over to the Titans. 1-point lead Nelson, 5:17 left in the third period. Capacity crowd here. The streets of Nelson deserted. Everybody who's anybody is down here watching this game.
Nice ball movement there, finds Pongia open for another 3-pointer.
That's just brilliant basketball. Who's got the hot hand? Pongia. So 4 passes, and they find him open. He puts it in the air, and it goes down. The Titans back into a lead, a 2-point lead.
Can the Giants answer?
Rampton trying to shovel it inside to Gauze, and it's picked off by the Titans. Dwayne McCray doesn't drop. He had nice spin, nice finger roll on that ball, but it doesn't go down. And Ed Book is screaming that he was fouled. McCray was looking for a foul. Everybody wants a foul. Somebody just hit my mate Chris Tupu. He didn't get a foul.
McCray just going around the back there, but too much spin on that reverse layup. Cameron for 3. He nets it.
Farrell Cameron. He's in double figures now. 59-54. The Giants in trouble. And Quincy Gauze from the free throw line.
Gauze answers. 59-56. Titans ahead by 3.
What a feast. Pongia, 1 bounce. He's got 3 in a row. Here's the Titans version of Philip Jones, and a steal on the inbounds pass. The Titans doing what they always do. Defensive pressure leads to offensive fireworks. 4 in a row from Brendan Kathy Pongia.
Pongia has just broken this game wide open. 3 minutes 44 left in the third quarter. Nenad doesn't like what he sees. He wants to talk about it.
Well, he's got to get somebody out on the perimeter marking the Waikato Titans, especially Brendan Kathy Pongia. 65-56, the lead now to the Titans.
Turnovers here, Waikato Titans. 17 times they've turned the ball over. But they hold a little edge here in the third quarter. They've put on a bit of a run. on some great shooting from Brendan Pongia.
Well, he's the Phil Jones of the Waikato Titans team. He's a streak shooter. He looked pretty relaxed when we saw him uptown earlier before the game. And he said he dearly wants a championship. He's played in several playoffs over the years, a 14-year career. But he's never been a winner in the final. And he wants it. He dearly wants it this afternoon.
Bob, check this out. In 10 minutes on court, Brendan Pongia has 14 points, scoring over a point a minute, so real productive off the bench there. And he's 4 of 4 from the three-point line.
Fantastic. Why you see players come out, they come onto the court, they step up, they do their job. Has Pongia done his or what? The Titans now by 9. Giants in real trouble. They go to their go-to man, kicks it out. Dahlberg. He's got it!
Same spot as last week, Bob. Came up with a huge streak from that corner, which sparked the run by the Nelson Giants.
Leafa kicks it out to Strother. One bounce. Carol Cameron over to Pongia. He's got it!
68-59. Titans lead. Ball's down low with a putback.
Well, there's still a problem here, Chris. The Giants are scoring in 2s and the Titans in 3s. Figure it out. 4 shots later, the Giants are going to be down by 4 points.
Titans getting good ball movement. Good spacing around the perimeter. Ricky Struthers says, hey, I'll join a 3. 10-point leads opened up with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Titans on a roll.
Holy jumping marker, 71-61. The Giants doing nothing wrong here. They just can't stop the three-point onslaught. The tidal wave, the tsunami of three-pointers coming from the Titans. Jones with a little fake. Ball bounces outside. Giants retain it. 21 seconds on the shot clock. A chance to regroup. They dearly need 2 points right here on this possession. Dahlberg with 3. He's got it!
It's a three-point shootout, Bob. Dahlberg nails another three-pointer to bring the Giants 64-71.
Oh, is this champagne basketball or is this champagne grass basketball? Wrong crew. The top.
Clutch shooting here. And this crowd has been entertained by some fantastic shooting. Good game of basketball so far. It's not over yet.
They're throwing the ball from the three-point line as though it were a 5-footer. Strother under pressure, almost a steal. Pero Cameron protects the ball. No call, and Judd Flavel goes high to get the rebound for the Giants. Weak side rebound. Bukona's nailed. No foul was called, and finally, we got a foul call.
Stand. Oh, this way. Coming up. He had his hands on it and stood behind Parrott.
Nelson Giants, watch this. Bukona, little fake. Somebody comes down on him. He manages to pick it up off the floor, and the second effort draws a foul. 1:22 left in the third period. 7-point lead to the Waikato Titans.
Run up, bonus.
They've been super hot, searingly hot from the three-point line. Nenad Vucinic, what's in his mind? How does he shut down the tidal wave of yellow three-pointers here?
Earl Smith checks into the game for the first time. He's been bothered by a shoulder injury. So we see Mika Vakona. Excellent job to keep it alive. Just the sort of garbage man, Bobby's in there. Right place, right time. Picking up the loose rebound here and there, making a few shots as he needs the first rebound.
You're right, Chris. He's a man who keeps the streets clean. And both teams shooting about 80% from the free throw line. Both teams shooting 50% from the field. Fantastic. Both teams shooting 45% plus from the three-point line. Unbelievable. NBL basketball at its very best. And we've still got 11 minutes of scintillating play left. Earl Smith into the game for the Titans. What's the strategy there, Chris?
Well, McRae looks like he's trying to post up Mika Vakona. I'm sure they're trying to get the ball in. Pero from outside launches 3. Oh, from deep in the corner. Incredible. Cameron Now's a huge three-pointer. Titans up 74-66. Under a minute to go in the third quarter.
Basketball fans, open thine eyes. You're seeing fantastic shooting. Waikato inside. Gauze spins. Manages to get it up, and he draws a foul. Who's it going to be against? We'll wait for it as the referee signals it. It's going to be against Pero Cameron. Well, the foul is not a happy call. Jeff Green, you saw him explode.
Cameron there didn't really look to be doing too much. I don't know, Bob, what did you see it there?
Well, I thought he tagged it against Pero Cameron. It could have been against number 11, Earl Smith. Just see if we can get it. I didn't see the signal from the bench. Yes, it went against Cameron. He's on 3. Boucher's on 3, and McRae's on 3. Now, Quincy Gauze makes the free throw. There's only one player for the Giants. That's Damon Rampton, who hasn't figured prominently in the game on 3 fouls. The wheels could fall off if Cameron, Boucher, and McRae get their 4th foul. It's a big part of the game. Here we go. 38 seconds left in the third period. 78, 74, 68, 6-point lead. The Giants staying close here. It's all going to come down to that last 10 minutes. McRae, good little pass underneath. Ball goes out of bounds, but the push is going to be against number 10, Robert Dolberg.
10, number 10.
McRae just making some room for himself down there. Hits a cutting Earl Smith. Looks like we've got inline ball.
Well, the Giants only have 3 fouls. After they've committed their 4th, then it'll be shooting. Ed LePeau, number 13 in the game for the Titans. Smith, nice block by Quincy Gauze.
On the line. This way.
Waikato, you see the hustle coming from him trying to save the ball, but he couldn't do it, so the Titans get another opportunity.
Right there. Turned off. So must be on the 20, 24. No shot clock, it's off now.
Shot clock is off. They've reset it. 20-foot shot clock is malfunctioning now. We got a charging foul on Pongia out front. They want the ball in Pongia's hands. He's got the hot hand. He's got 5 3-pointers in a row. Chris said is fantastic shooting.
Yeah, great shooting from Brennan. Really sparked this run from the Titans in the third quarter. As we see a charging foul called against Pongia. Flavel just putting a bit of pressure on. Comes up with a foul as he drives the lane. Waikato with an awesome putback.
Judd Flavel, courage aplenty. And that's it, the end of the third period. Judd Flavel finishes it with a brave 2-pointer as he took it to the hoop. Waikato got the putback. Pero Cameron's look tells it all. They were ahead.
As we get ready to start the 4th quarter, last 10 minutes of the season for these teams. Of course, a number of these players will be heading off on Monday to the World Championships via Europe.
Okay, if you haven't made your cup of tea yet, just forget about it. You don't want to leave your television set. The NBL final, 10 minutes remaining. Fantastic basketball, shot blocked very nicely by Hopoy, but Waikato gets a rebound. Doesn't go down, and Boucher throwing a couple of elbows. Fast, aggressive basketball.
With the leg.
We've got a foul, hooking with the leg by Judd Flavel.
3 block.
This is a big call, Chris.
This way.
Could have been a turnover right here. Flavel called with sticking his right knee into the leg of George Liafa.
Your leg down here, down there. Your way out here, they go straight up.
One way or the other, could have gone. But as it was, Dylan Boucher will be inbounding the ball for the Titans. Titans.
No.
This first 5 minutes is going to tell a story here, I think.
Okay, Nelson, here we go.
Boucher to inbound.
Krishna flashes high. He's double-teamed. Throws it out of bounds. Pressure from Nelson. That's great defense coming from the Nelson Giants.
Excellent hustle. Remember last week, Nelson came up big with the defense in the last 2 quarters. Can they do it again tonight?
The Titans pilloried on a defensive sword here, put up by the Giants. That's their tool, that's their game, but they suffered from it there. Dahlberg tailing out. Look at the defensive hustle. Now coming from the Titans. Jones picks the ball off the floor. And Titan defense forces a turnover. Brilliant basketball from the Waikato Titans.
Krishna just all over Jones. Forces a turnover. 24-shot clock violation. Titans ball from the side as we see Struther and Cameron both check back into the game. Opai.
Look at the hands. Twice he gets his hands on the ball. He's on the floor. Jones picks it up. The shot clock goes off. And the turnover goes the Titans' way. That's great defense. I love it. Blue collar, lunch bucket. Basketball at its best.
Struther's finding room down.
What a block from Judd Flavel. What a great move from Ricky Struther.
Great. And
Get a look at this on replay. Feed there from Boucher. Finds a nice cutting Struthers.
Flavel says, no, you don't. Not my lounge. Struther playing on a badly injured ankle. I'm sure he doesn't feel much pain right now. He nets it. What a great free throw shooter he is. 5 points the lead. That's the first point scored in the fourth period. 1 minute and 7 seconds before the first 2 points came. Full court pressure. Watch it now. Titan blanket. All over Nelson. Gauze. He's not out of trouble yet. He's got 8 seconds to get over halfway. Ho! Nelson can breathe, but only for a few seconds.
Flavel with a move to the hole. Can't get it to go. Boucher comes up with the rebound.
Brilliant move from Judd Flavel, but it doesn't go down. The Titans immediately on attack. So the Titans with the first 2 points in the fourth period, lead by 6.
Look for the Titans to get the ball into Cameron.
Boucher straight to the hole. It doesn't go down. No charging foul called. No defensive foul. Cameron hounded outside. The rebound led to the resetting of the shot clock, so we've got 15 seconds. Cameron now has 4 fouls. Big call as Bukona sucks him into drawing the 4th foul.
Defensive spark from Bukona there. Giving Cameron all kinds of trouble. Good pressure there. He's calling for the 5-second call. Didn't get it.
Boom.
Dallas Pickering says that's a charge. We're going Nelson ball. Tara Cameron now has 4 fouls. He's got to be careful.
That's right. Now you take the ball to Cameron. You go after him. You start hunting him, Chris Tupu. You look for Boucher as well. He's got 3. Bill Jones straight to the hoop. He's got 2. Nelson roar back into the game. Compliments of that foul of Pero Cameron. 76-72. Leof under pressure out front.
Some solid defense coming in from the Nelson Giants.
Barnes busting defense. Krishna can't make the layup, but he's called for an offensive charge. After the bucket, Krishna picks up the foul.
with a push.
72-76.
Well, you saw 2 protagonists on the floor, both looking intently at the referee, waiting for the call, and Krishna's expression tells you what it was.
So many swings in this game. The momentum again swinging towards the Giants. Titans, however, hold a 4-point lead as we see Dahlberg line up another 3. No good. Looks like we could have a push-off foul on Ed Book on the rebound, just pushing off to make some space for himself.
Well, that was a big call.
Dahlberg launches the 3. We didn't quite see that before the play. That's called a push-up on Ed Book.
That's a shock. Ed Book can't believe it. Harold Cameron, we saw him pushing, but the foul was put against Ed Book. So the Titans out of jail there momentarily, 76-72. They're still sitting on a 4-point lead.
Here's Cameron on the dish-off.
Here's the hot hand. He misses it. That's the first one that Brendan has missed this game.
Flavel, marked by Pong here out front.
Now, Book is a pro. He wants the ball. Carol Cameron marking him. He wants the ball. Give it into him. Too late. Titans steal it. Far too late. Kathy Pongi on the run. He's going to be fouled before the shot. Or during the shot, it puts him on the line to shoot two.
Yeah, Nelson, they're just trying to work that fifth foul on Cameron, trying to get the ball down into his book. However, we see the Titans come away with a fast break. Brendan Pongia, no one for getting out and running the lanes. He does his job, again comes off the bench. He'll go to the line for two. Pongia has 17. Most of those, Bob, came in that third quarter barrage.
Oh, my goodness sake. It was like a low-level bomber. He just dropped everything on the troops here. He blew the Giants to pieces in the third quarter, single-handedly scoring 5 three-pointers in a row. A temporary cool down here. The nuclear Brendan Pongia has gone a bit cold. 76-72, the Giants escaped there. 6:14 left in the ball game. He's beyond the three-point line. It could be a three free throws. He's got them.
Yeah, looks like Flev will get 3 from the charity stripe.
That's a big foul. Now, the last thing you want to do is foul somebody out beyond the three-point line. Judd Flavel, a very good free throw shooter, 49 of 65 on the season.
Yeah, Leapa just coming over there, getting a bit too close to Flavel. Comes off the pick and goes straight into a shot. Flavel's made 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Got a blackout there, but no score for the first shot there from Flavel. Leapa now has 3 fouls for the Titans.
Fouls mounting up on the Titans. What a factor in the game it could be here. One more. Dallas Pickering has kept count here. It's not the tackle count, it's the free throw count, and that sends Flavel back to the line. A chance to make 1 of 3 here. He's not a happy man, and the first 2 losses may have infected him here, but no. He gets it. It's a 3-point ball game. Here we go. 6 minutes left in the game.
Struthers brings the ball down the court. Marked by Book.
Heavy lifting for Kathy Pongi, who flashes high. Time ticking away. 5 seconds. They find Ricky Struther. 1 bounce. He can't put it up.
We're going to get a shot up here.
Doesn't go. Doesn't go. Defensive pressure from the Giants.
The crowd erupts here at the Trafalgar Centre.
Chris, you got to give it to him. 2 evenly matched teams. We've seen defensive pressure prevent each team from getting up a shot in 24 seconds. That's great basketball.
Some terrific basketball. Flavel, let's go for 3. Pongia comes down with an all-important rebound there. And Leapa looks to settle things down.
Both teams have put away their guns here. It's becoming a little bit like trench warfare again. We'll have another phase of the game. You just wait. Hang on. Somebody's going to hit a 3, and then we'll be away. Boucher in trouble, double teamed, and once again. Now we got a foul. They say the shot clock went off before the foul was committed. So for the second time in a row, 2 possessions, the Titans give up the ball without taking a shot.
Superb defense there from the Giants. Boucher calling for the foul, didn't come. Jones out top, marked by Pongia.
But at the other end, the Titans are playing just as well. Vakona throws nothing but air. He had a feeling, and it wasn't there. 76-73. Nelson's defense have really shut the Titans down here, taking them out of their game momentarily. Boucher loses the ball. He goes inside. Flavel puts it on the glass. He's fouled by Leapa. That's 4 on George. Chris, you almost sense something's happening here. The Titans, the calls are going against them. They're getting played right out of their pattern here.
Some terrific defense being applied by the Nelson Giants, as they did last week. Flavel there, end-to-end basketball, just comes away, takes it to the hole. And, you know, nice aggressive play at this stage of the game. These are crucial points. Flavel to the line for 2.
Well, Joe makes sure on that one. And Nelson, incredibly, in the last couple of minutes have changed the tide of the game, and yet they're still down by 2 points. The Titans are not out of this because Nelson is struggling to score. Book knocks it out of bounds. Carol Cameron picks it up. He's double-teamed. Steal to Bacona. Flavel misses it. Bacona puts it up. It's there! And he's fouled.
Great hustle there from Mika Bacona. Gets a steal in the corner. Passes off to Flavel. Bacona keeps working, goes to the boards. Basket counts. He'll go to the line for one more. He has been superb off the bench for the Nelson Giants, Mika Bacona. However, it's only tied ball. It's a tied ball game. Titans still very much in this.
It's basketball, and it's spelled H-U-S-T-L-E. It comes from Bacona. Nelson with a 1-point lead. The crowd tells you who's winning the game, and the tide has come in. And the Titans have a few holes in their walk-off. Vicky Struther can't go inside against Ed Book. Carol Cameron is triple teamed, and he's going to be fouled. Bacona, number 44, picks up the foul for Nelson.
The key for the Titans, they have to get Perry the ball in the right position. There we see Struthers feed Cameron down low in the block. Just cannot give him that kind of position. That's going to be a key for the Titans in the next 4 minutes. Getting Cameron the ball in the right position.
Well, that's the man you want to have the ball, and Farrell Cameron is very good from the free throw line. 18 of 26 on the season. He'd only played 4 games for them. This man can win it for you wherever he's got the ball, from the free throw line, the 3-point line, or anywhere within 2-point range. But the crowd being exhorted now by Ed Book to make a little bit of South Island welcome. Farrell Cameron found. 1 of 2. Score's locked, and we got 4 minutes, 10 seconds of play. I don't know if my pacemaker's going to last, Chris.
Buckle up. Jones out front, calling the plays. Hongier's got the India basket mark in Jones. Book.
Great little move on Carol Cameron. 1 bounce to his left and a 10-foot swish.
Clutch jumper there from Book. Hongier out on the sideline.
Philip Jones up on Pongia. Boucher carefully marked by Dahlberg. Kicked outside into the corner. Krishna is there.
What a shot from Krishna. Nelson Flood draped all over him. Drains another 3. Titans 80. Giants 79.
Incredible shooting. 1-point ball game. The Titans by 1. Bacona, little spin. Doesn't go down. There should have been. Bacona is unbelievable rebounding. There was a hand in the net on the shot. It should have been 2 points. The referees missed it.
Frenetic stuff here at the Trafalgar Centre. Titans come away with it. They'll look to get another look as the ball goes. Jones on the break.
Protects the ball and gets an easy 2 points. Ricky Struther did the right thing. Put pressure on him, but don't foul him.
Yeah, Ricky doesn't want to pick up that extra foul.
It shows the class for Ricky Struther. He was not going to give up a free throw as well. Nelson back into a 1-point lead. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, time ticking away.
Execution becomes crucial at this stage of the game as we see Boucher go to work. But a misunderstanding. Jones comes away with another layup.
Can hardly hear ourselves think. Phil Jones, 2 steals, 4 points, and a timeout. Timeout is going to be taken by Waikato. Phil Jones, what a game. What defensive basketball. What pressure. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Jeff Green has called a timeout. Titans down by 3. Here he is, the boy from Reefton, running to Murchison and on to Nelson to score 2 points.
31 points. Jones leads all scores. fan will be happy with the way things have gone in those last couple of minutes. Nelson again just taking a swing in momentum here to lead the Titans. 83-80, 2 minutes to go.
Don't forget, of course, the after-match function, once again being held at the Freeman's Bar of the Waikato Hotel. Fantastic chance to meet the tall blokes before they head overseas.
Make them chase. And then four.
Are we ready to play, Nelson? 2:10 left on the clock. 83-80 to the Giants. Who do we go?
Well, there you see Phil Jones, 31 points. Kathy Pongi is still sitting on 17 for the Titans. But the Titans really share the scoring around. The noise is deafening here at the OK Corral. Chris, I don't think I've heard a thing I've said in 3 quarters. I hope I haven't offended anyone.
I'm sitting right next to you, Bob, and I couldn't hear you some of that time. The layouts from Jones, it was deafening.
George Liafa leading with assist for the Titans with 6. We'll restart play here now with the Titans. Brendan Kapipongi inbounding the ball. Flavel up marking Krishna and Ricky Struther. Wisely comes back, gets the ball, and suddenly he's double teamed. Cameron marked by Bukona. What a game he's played. He's come off the bench, all hustle, aggression. Kapipongi left alone. It doesn't go down. And Bukona with a big rebound. Under 2 minutes.
Bukona again coming up with the goods. Flavel out front, marked by Krishna.
Flavel's claiming the ball was hit out of bounds by Krishna. Referee couldn't see it, so it goes Titans' way.
Gavin Hughes got the call, he is right there.
Oh, look, that's a big play.
It's a huge play.
Here we go. Yes, it was. It was. You just saw Krishna's hand get on the ball, knock it out of bounds. Doesn't matter. The referee didn't see it. The Titans have it. They're down by 3, and there's a minute and a half to play.
For the Titans to get the ball into Perry Cameron's hands.
Krishna inside. Boucher, baseline, trying to force it up. There's 4 seconds on a shot clock. Struther puts it up. He's got it incredibly. He locks the scores at 83 all.
1 second left on the shot clock, and Struthers buries a tray from the corner. Tied ball game.
The man felt no pressure. Unbelievable shooting. Phil Jones. Back to that book. 3-pointer. No, he doesn't get it. The Titans have the ball. 55 seconds to play. 2 possessions each team, I would estimate, left here. How the fortune swing. Struther doesn't go down. Boucher, big rebound, massive rebound. Brings it back outside, 20 seconds. 34 in the game. Nelson will get another chance with the ball.
Look for Cameron to try and break that book down here.
Cameron running
7
time
seconds.
down. Pushes off. Krishna doesn't go down. Edbook playing high to get the ball. 14 seconds. Flavel over halfway. Scores tied.
8, 7.
Flavel puts it up. It's blocked. Boucher. 1 second and we got a foul. It's going to be a foul. I don't believe it. Dolberg with 1.3 seconds left in the game.
Huge play here. Huge play. Motion's running high. Boucher will have to just gather himself. He's got a chance to put the Titans really. This is ball game right here with 1 second left on the clock. 1.3 on the ASB clock here at the Trafalgar Centre.
Flavel got caught under the basket with the ball. No one to pass to, so he tried to do a little shovel shot as he jumped to the basket. It was blocked right here. Ball went to the Titans. Now watch the foul. Watch the foul. Was there one? Dolberg. Well, that's the season. Whatever you think.
Nails the first. The Titans players are up off the bench. He'll have one more to come. This crowd has gone deathly quiet at the Trafalgar Centre.
One to come, let's go.
Here we go, one to come. 1.3 seconds. Nelson will get a possession here.
You can't have a time.
They've got to get the rebound if he misses his shot. If they don't, it's all over. Ball clock doesn't start until this ball is touched inbounds. A timeout is put in. And the Nelson team, Nenad Vucinic, calls timeout with 1.3 seconds. They'll get the ball at halfway, Chris. Can they get back into the game? Of course they can, but you tell us how.
Wow. Look for a lob. Lob towards the basket. I think that's the best they can try and come up with. You know, games have been won before with 1 second left, but the Titans really came back. Dylan Boucher nailed a couple of key free throws. And, you know, they're looking to close this out with back-to-back championships. Nelson will have 1.3 seconds.
Well, let's just set the scene. Now, the clock won't start until a player inbounds touches the ball. So it's set from that moment that we have 1.3 seconds. Now, if Waikato say we're not going to foul and they stay off, that gives the player, offensive player, a chance to get the ball, turn to the basket, and put up a good three-point attempt, which could win the game. So they've got to come out in front players, but they can't afford to foul. They foul somebody, and that gives Nelson 2, possibly 3 free throws, a chance to tie or perhaps even win the game. What do? You front up, or do you leave them alone? Stay tuned. We'll watch it. Don't blink. Here we go. A whole season comes down to 1.3 seconds. They won't get the ball at halfway. It's got to be thrown in from underneath. Now, that changes things. Waikato just have to force a tough inbounds pass. The Dolphins got 5 seconds to get it in. Phil Jones, hook shot halfway. Off the glass. It doesn't go down.
The Titans won back-to-back championships to go with the one they won last year. Michael Hill-Jeweler, Jeff Green will be coming back for some more championship rings as the Titans players lift up Dylan Boucher. Fantastic scenes here at the Trafalgar Centre.
Jubilation and heartbreak. It came down to the last couple of seconds. Nelson couldn't get up a shot. Possession went the Titans' way. Boucher ran the length of the court. Dahlberg tried to get a charging foul. Was called for a foul. Boucher makes 2 free throws. And Phil Jones, hook shot from halfway. It didn't go down. We'll take a break just to get our breath. We'll be back shortly with more from the Trafalgar Centre.
King National Basketball League, and what a match, what a game. And with me is captain of the Waikato Titans and a victorious skipper, Ricky Strother. Congratulations.
The year, I mean, it was just great to win one like that.
It was befitting a final, wasn't it? Because both teams 1 and 2 in the country. It was a great match.
Yeah, well, Nelson came out blazing. I mean, we had no answer for them in the first quarter. They shot so many three-pointers, and Phil Jones was really hot. We just had to keep our cool and hope that we could get it back in the later half.
And what about yourself personally? It's been such a battle for you just to play today.
Yeah, well, 2 weeks ago, I couldn't even stand up. And so, you know, I mean, thanks to my wife who worked on my ankle for 2 weeks and really helped me.
Marvellous moment for the team. You're going to enjoy this one.
Yeah, back-to-back for the boys. I mean, that's the goal for every team, but we had a lot to prove to ourselves, you know, and we're just so happy about it.
Congratulations again, Ricky.
Thanks very much.
Ricky Strother, who is the victorious skipper of the Waikato Titans. And I think we're going to have a chat with Jeff Green very shortly as he approaches our position. Victorious coach Jeff Green, congratulations. That was one heck of a final.
Yeah, it was, but, you know, Nelson had a lot of help, so I'm sick and tired of it. You know, isn't it ironic that the game was won on a referee's call? I'm sick and tired of it. We've got to do something about the refereeing. It's just disgusting.
So what, you had a problem with the way they were calling this match?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we won it on the free throw line. That's disgusting. It shouldn't have been done that way. But, hey, we'll take the championship.
You mentioned that the home advantage was 10 points for the home team. They almost got those 10 right at the start with Phil Jones, didn't they?
Yeah, but Phil's a great shooter, and he's a streak shooter. As long as we played tough defense, he wasn't going to score like that the whole game. But Phil would have had to go for 50.
What about star performers for you? You prepared to single any players out for us?
No, I don't think so. I think our whole team did a good job, and they just stuck to their guns. And even though things were going against us, I thought they did a good job.
And if you can win in a white-hot atmosphere like this, Jeff, you can win anywhere, do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. It was up against the wall stuff, and that's what sport's all about. And we really enjoyed it, and it's a lot sweeter winning away from home.
Back to back, you back next year for number 3?
Yeah, I'm not sure which franchise I'll be back with, but I'd like to be back, but not sure where I'm coaching.
Jeff, congratulations, marvellous game, marvellous effort by the boys.
Thank you.
Jeff Green with us, victorious coach of the Waikato Titans. They have won this afternoon, but that means there is a loser, and it is the Nelson Giants. Nenad Vucinic, coach, joins us. Nenad, clearly you'd be very disappointed.
Yes, Andrew, that's probably an understatement. It's very disappointing. The boys played hard. We didn't, in the end, we didn't take our chances, and I don't want to blame on anything else, but, that's the way it goes.
You didn't manage to kick on from that very good start. Phil Jones was white hot right at the start of the game, but you could never really kick clear.
No, well, we didn't really gain the advantage with that. They adjusted the defense. We didn't really pick it up from there. It was just one of those things. We fell behind on their three-point shooting, and we showed some guts really to come back and had a chance to win the game. But that's why this game is so great.
And it got very physical. I guess that was to be expected with these two sides. They're both very strong defensively.
Well, it was always going to get physical. That's where it needs some control. From the people that can control it. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But they are a bit stronger team physically, and that was the advantage for them. But we didn't adjust here. But on the end, as I said, we had a chance to win.
Commiserations, but congratulations on a wonderful season nonetheless.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
Nenad Vucinic, who is a losing coach today, but as I say, they've had a marvellous season as we see the Waikato Titans with the ceremonial cutting down of the net. And this is something that is treasured by, of course, every winning basketball team in the country. On this occasion, it isn't the Giants. I'm joined by Judd Flavel, skipper of the Giants. The look on your face says it all, Judd.
Yeah, I think so. Bit lost for words. Congratulations to Waikato. They played. They shot the lights out in their third quarter and really dug a hole for ourselves. And we did well to get back. And in the end, it was just the last couple of seconds. And that's sometimes what finals come down to, and didn't come our way.
Well, of course, you did do well to come back because early in that fourth quarter, Waikato threatened to take it away, but you fought back.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty typical of how they play. They can get 20 points up on you really easy, and I mean, our style is to sort of grind it out, and which we did. We clawed it back. I mean, some of the young guys played their, they played really well, and I'm proud of them. And yeah, I mean, just like I said before, it just comes down to the last second sometimes.
Well, Judd, congratulations on a great season, but not quite winning this year. But best of luck next year.
Yeah, thanks.
Judd Flavel, let's now take you back, I think, to Bob Monsai, who may have some detail of this trophy that is about to be handed over to the winning team, the Waikato Titans.
Well, you saw the trophy there. That's what these teams are playing for. The Burger King NBL trophy for 2002. And Waikato, the marauding hordes, come down from the North Island and have stolen the trophy for 2002. The Titans have played so well, and just going back to what Jeff Green was saying about refereeing, he was actually paying Nelson a huge compliment by saying two of the best teams met in the final, and he was a bit disappointed that it wasn't decided on 3 points and 2 points. It was a pity. The game finished on a free throw. There's Jeff Green completing the job that he set out to do at the beginning of this year. Repeat winners, champions of the NBL. The victorious coach is draped in the net. This is a tradition in basketball. You've got jubilation at one end. You got a quiet, very unhappy team at the other end, but both teams paying one another compliments. It's been a fantastic game, Chris Tupu. We'll go down to Andrew Dewhurst for the presentation.
Ricky Strother.
Thank you very much, Bob. So that's just about it from the Trafalgar Centre this afternoon. What a great game of basketball between two very good sides. They gave just as good as we thought they would this afternoon, and ultimately it's the Waikato Titans who have come out winners here at Trafalgar Centre.
Hey, Dad, how you doing, mate?